don't do senseless things, if that makes sense. Like if I do something I have a good reason for, I don't just do something out of nowhere just cause. Just cause if I do something, there's usually always like a good reason behind it. I feel like I have a high mature level that I can control myself, and I know sometimes I might not do the right things, but I know the level of the not right things I'm doing, if that makes sense. Like I know what is actually right and what is like wrong. That's a
Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Andy. I am a family nurse practitioner and I make different videos about health and parenting tips and everything you can think of. Today I have someone here with me. Do you want to introduce yourself, sir?
Emmanuel.
The people cannot hear you, sir.
Emmanuel.
How old are you?
16.
Alright, so I have Emmanuel here. This is my first son. His name is Emmanuel. He is 16 and we are going to talk about teenagers today. Okay, you ready? First things first, how would you describe yourself? You have to speak out so that people can hear you well, sir.
I'm energetic when I'm doing things that I like. I can be talkative around people I'm comfortable with, but people I'm not so comfortable with, I'm very quiet and nonchalant. And I like sports. And that's it.
What do you think about our parenting style? Me and your dad, like, what do you think about that? Coming from a teenager.
I mean, I just feel like at times it can be overprotective, but it's a better parenting style than most parents out there.
So what do you mean? Can you elaborate on your overprotective?
I mean, not letting me do some things I want to do.
Like what?
I don't know, I'm just speaking on a general statement. No off top.
Okay. Alright. What about, so, for example, when you guys want to go to the mall, I'm bringing back the mall issue. So, you guys feel like going to the mall is a place to hang out. We don't feel like that. When you guys want to hang out in the mall, what do you guys do at the mall?
Go to stores, go to places like Dave and Buster's in the mall, or watch a movie at the mall. Different things we can eat at the mall.
So, if you were a parent, would you like your children, like, would you be okay with your kids going to the mall every weekend?
I mean, yeah, if they don't have anything else that they need to do.
So you think it's okay to just go to the mall and hang out every weekend?
I'm not saying every weekend. I mean, if there's nothing that is needed for them to do, then they could go ahead.
So, you know, what do they say? It's something about an empty, this thing is a lazy man or an idle man. An idle man is a devil's workshop. You know that's how people actually get in trouble. When you don't feel like you have anything to do and then you have the access of going out every weekend and just hanging out with friends, you know, especially if you're not like disciplined for yourself, like if you're easily distracted or easily persuaded to do things. That's how somebody can tell you, hey, let's try and get this shoe and nobody's gonna catch us, and you think it's funny and you start doing it and get in trouble. You know that, right?
I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have an influence and people will do something like that.
Alright, so let's talk about boundaries. Do you think we break boundaries as a teenager, and we as a parent? Do you think that we cross boundaries with you guys? You guys have boundaries, first of all. Do you have boundaries?
I mean, yeah.
What are your boundaries?
I don't know what to explain my boundaries.
Okay, so do you think we cross your boundaries?
What do you mean?
Like, are there things that we do that you think it's too far, or there are things that we do that you think that we should never do?
I mean, yes, sometimes.
Like what?
I mean, like taking away my doorknob or something like that.
So you don't think that it's not right for someone like locking the door and feeling like your parents should not come into your room and stuff like that?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes I need my own privacy.
To do what?
To peace myself. Don't you guys like your privacy?
Yeah, we like our but we don't barge into your room all the time. But I need to have access if I want to go in at any time. You don't think that's fair?
I mean, yeah, but I don't lock my door all the time.
Okay. What's the deal with group chats?
Group chats is me and my friends in a group chat.
What do you guys talk about?
I mean, everything, our day, what happens, what goes on throughout the school, things about life.
Why is that necessary?
Hmm?
Why is that necessary to be in a group? So do people...
Some group chats are funny.
Huh?
Some group chats are funny.
What is funny? Like, what kind of fun stuff?
I mean, send funny videos and stuff and laugh at each other and stuff.
But do you guys say things to people that is not nice? Because I feel like...
I mean, yeah, but as a joke sometimes. I mean, sometimes there might be argument or something in the group chat, but at the end of the day, we're all friends. So.
But you guys know that that's like... somebody can do something that is not right and you can get in trouble because you're part of the group chat. Not that you necessarily did something, but because you are part of it, it can draw you into issues.
Well, I always make sure not to surround myself around a group like that.
Oh my goodness. So what would be like so do you think we are strict?
I mean, yeah.
In what way?
In ways of letting me leave out the house or do things that I want to do this year. Probably not comfortable with, that some other parents would probably be comfortable with.
So you think that whenever you want to go out, we should just be okay with you going out and coming back whenever you want?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
Sometimes I should be able to go have fun, whatever. I just feel like, if I let you know where I'm at and what time I'm coming back, it should be fine.
Doesn't that sound like adult to you? Like I let you know where I'm going and when I'm coming back? Doesn't that sound like more like I'm an independent person? I'm going here. I'll be back by 10.
I mean, I am an independent person.
You're independent, but are you I don't know, you're a young adult, but do you think that you are mature enough for that?
I think I'm mature enough to control myself and know what to do and know what not to do when I'm out in public or even by myself.
Yeah, but I think the thing is with you guys, teenagers, you guys think that you're invincible. Like literally, you think that you can do anything and nothing can happen to you, and that's the danger of that. And it's not your fault, it's just that that's the age group. We were all there. You think that you can do anything, and sometimes when you do stuff, you don't think of the consequences. You're thinking of the moments right now. This is what I want to do right now. But you're not thinking beyond that moment, what would happen, or the consequences of those things. If I do this, or if I'm with my friends and they are doing this and they are telling me, come and do it, if I do it, then what would happen if I do this? Sometimes you don't think beyond that point. You're just with your friends right now. This is what they're doing. This is what everybody's doing. And you think it's okay to do it. And you do it. What would be your advice, especially for an African? Because sometimes when we say things, you say something like, oh, you didn't go to high school here, so you don't know how it feels like. What would be your advice to an African parent that is raising someone like me? I wasn't born here. I mean, I came here, I feel like I came here young enough, early enough, but I wasn't born here. So my thoughts in my parenting styles are different from your friends that have parents that were born here. So they do things differently than the way we do.
Places, then I'm usually able to go.
So that's your only problem, being able to go to different places.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm able to go to different places, but like at limited time. I feel like if I need to go somewhere today, I want to be able to go somewhere.
So you feel like if you just get up and feel like you want to go somewhere, it should be okay for you to just get up and
I'm
go.
not saying you should be okay. I just feel like if I give you a reasonable reason, then it should be fine.
You think like I'm just going out to the mall with my friends is a reasonable reason. What about your schoolwork? What
That's
about
what
your
I'm
school?
saying. If all my stuff are done and everything, I feel like if I want to go out when I want to go out, I should be able to if I have everything under control.
Okay, but why is it a struggle? And going back to the African thing, when I was growing up, it was expected for us to just like do our work and be done with it. My parents didn't have to come check my homework if you're doing it. They didn't have to get a call from the teacher to see, like those things. You were just automatically expected to do them and do it right. Why is it a struggle for you guys to like do your work? Why do we have to keep pushing, keep asking, did you do your work? Oh, your teacher said you didn't complete this and that and that and that, and it's just like a tug of war. Why is that?
It's just more mental pressure, and it just feel like it's a lot more work and stuff than before.
A lot more work, like schoolwork is more.
Harder.
Yeah?
More and harder. It's just
Is more and harder.
other things on the side that probably go on.
Like what other things on the side?
I don't know, just being in general.
So don't you think that you not doing the schoolwork is making it worse because you're just piling it up and there's just more that are coming? Just because you didn't finish this work doesn't mean that that work goes away. Another one will come. Another one comes. Another one comes. Before you know, you have like 10 things you haven't done. Do you think that you should do your work weekly as it comes and just get it out of the way? Do you like us coming all the time and telling you you didn't do your work, you should do it?
No.
So why don't you just do it?
I try and complete it if I can. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, do you take the extra effort to try to complete it?
If I can, but I don't think so sometimes. No, I don't.
Why?
Because I don't know.
But you put extra effort in the things that you want, like basketball, but not for like schoolwork. Is it because you don't like school?
I don't like school.
You don't like school. So if we were to tell you right now, you have a choice of going to school or not going to school, what would you do?
I mean, I need school, so I still go to school. But if I didn't need school, I wouldn't go to school. I just feel like I should
take your hands off your head. Go ahead.
I should have more, like I should be trusting more and do the things I want. Cause when I'm out in public, I don't get in trouble or anything like that. Or I mean, like I don't do senseless things. If that makes sense. Like if I do something, I have a good reason for. I don't just do something out of nowhere just cause. Just cause if I do something, there's usually always like a good reason behind it. I feel like I have a high maturity level that I can control myself, and I know sometimes I might not do the right things, but I know the level of the not right things I'm doing. If that makes sense, like I know what is actually right and what is like wrong, not to do stuff like that. If that makes sense.
Okay. Do you think we have a good communication in place where if you were to get in trouble or if you feel like some type of way, you would be able to come to me and tell me that?
I mean, I feel like some things I keep to myself, but if there's things that you like need to know, then I'm going to always let you know.
But you think that you're at a point where if you would get in trouble, you will be able to come to us and let us know.
Yes.
Okay. And then do you think that we are open enough for you to communicate with us, like when we are talking, to be more open and say whatever you need to say?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me let you go because I was already warned that this video has to be very short. But to round up the video, what I would tell parents, especially if you're an African parent, I would say definitely number one, communication is key. Sometimes with teenagers, they don't want to say anything. Like literally, talking to them is like pulling teeth. I don't know why. I don't remember being like that. I don't know. I have to talk to my mom about that. Um, so it's like pulling teeth, but communication is God is number one. First of all, God is number one. Praying together as a family, um, having checking in as a family once in a while, even during your prayer time, after prayer, just having a conversation, checking in and seeing like, hey, how was your day? Is everything okay? Is key. Having an open communication is key. I still feel like for me, I still feel like as a parent, you should have some boundaries. There should be some rules. There should be some things that I can't just tell you it's okay. Like you want to go somewhere, I don't think that you should just want to go anywhere you want to go whenever you want to go. I don't think so. Because if we do that, then it would be a problem. I think anytime we would have to assess the situation, see who are you going with, who are you hanging with. We need to know your friends. Knowing friends is important. We need to know your friends. We need to know where you're going. We need to know who you're hanging out with and what you guys are doing. And especially if you're saying that you're going here, if I come here, I should find you here. You shouldn't say that you're here and then you're over there because it breaks trust. Okay? All right. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Do you have anything? Do you have anything to say to the people before you leave?
No.
All right. Okay. Until my next video. Bye.
Loser, set me free.